This is 9 Minutes with Syrone Campbell, Part 13C, Belief. With this segment, we finish up our sometimes elusive idea of owning a belief. Humans must rely on certain principles for their reality. According to Standard Dictionary, a principle is a basic idea or rule that explains or controls how something happens or works. Therefore, in mature belief, one must find a truth principle and make it apply to one's self. Since now that it is no longer difficult to believe in things that are not physical, they too have a place in a practical discussion on belief. When your physics professor inferred that he or she believed in the existence of the boson particle, touting the advancement of science due to such findings, that professor was transferring a belief to you. From a credible source, perhaps, yet something which is hardly considered strictly in the principal physical realm, and also something whose proof still lacks consensus from the scientific community. The science literature says that research on the boson particle shows a signature of that phenomena. That would be a unique event suggesting the presence of boson phenomena. Here we have a principle at work, a rule, so to speak, of how the detection of boson works. By the same thinking and similar principle, folk that believe in God point to tracing an event where God presented to mankind. Then something detectable as a result of God's presence is also found. A signature of God having been immediately present is often some kind of physical change. When a conversion has taken place, a tangible sense of love, moral advancement, and peace is noticed. It just sounds so odd to say or predict something that could be a reality until it happens. The power of the reality becomes detectable. If you are a close associate, you can see it and feel it. John Bowker, in his book God a Brief History by the DK Publishing Company, 2002, has an interesting perspective in his introduction, pointing out how man and the God concept evolves together. Quote, "The way that human bodies and brains are built leads us to see and experience the world and our own inner nature in both emotional and rational ways. Where God is concerned, this means that we see directly the conducive properties that lead the emotion and experience of God. We may, for example, think that we were after all mistaken. We felt it was an experience of God, but we now think that it was an experience of, shall we say, profound beauty, which is a nature worldview. On the other hand, we may think and reflect on this experience and trust it. We may then extend and deepen it with such things as prayer and praise. Fundamentally, therefore, we see and experience God directly through the occasion of the world because our brains and bodies are built in the way that they are. We can no more not feel God than we can not feel fear." John Bowker goes on to say, "Rationally, we may reconsider almost any emotion and reinterpret or even suppress it, but that the experience of God will remain in a possibility, as a possibility and an opportunity for brains and bodies of the kind that we have." End quote. For me, This is the type of emotional cognitive process that changes a borrowed belief to ownership. Please contact me. You may reach me at syronecampbell.wordpress.com.